Hello everyone, it's an amazing place here. It's the green oasis of Kathmandu and it's the best school of the whole country.
1,100 kids go to school here in Budhanilkantha school, but not only that, they live here, they also eat here, and it serves as a role model for the school system here in Nepal. And we want to find out a little bit more how this system works. That's why we are here today and we want to have a look around. My name is Lukas Nink and I'm from Switzerland.
My name is Marcel Yuan, also from Switzerland. We are journalists and communication trainers. And yeah, let's go, have a look. Come on. Students told me that we are pretty good in second.
We don't use it.
What a tour here through Budhanilkantha school. It's like an oasis a little bit in the middle of Kathmandu. So much nature all around. It's for the kids absolutely stunning to grow up and go to school here. When it comes down to organization, it's actually not so much different from Switzerland. We have seen classrooms that are very, very well organized, teachers that prepare way ahead for the next days. There is even a ring after every lesson where kids start on time and they end on time. So that is really great to see. And we also want to know a little bit more about the education system here, and that's why we have the principal here again, and we want to know a little bit more. What makes this school here different than any other school in Nepal?
There are so many things which are different. Number one, it's big, it's resourceful. There are very few schools in Nepal, particularly public schools, which do not have resources like this one. And hardly any private school matches with the resources it has. Second thing, it has students from all over the country and it represents truly Nepal. We've got very dedicated teachers who live on campus with the students and they guide them like they are the parents of the students. So it's a fully residential school, which makes it different from that of the others.
When you're talking of complete equality here on school, how do you make that?
Basically what we do is we make sure that everybody follows the basic guidelines. For example, if you tell the surname, anybody can tell you which caste you belong to or which part of the country you come from. So we make sure that we don't use the surname. We only use the first name and we use a specific roll number. The second thing we do is we make sure that everything is provided by the school. Whether it's the child who's received a scholarship and is not paying anything, or whether it's the crown prince of the country. They will have to wear the same clothes, they will have to sleep in the same type of bed, they will have to eat the same food, and they will have to be with us 24 hours, 7 days a week.
So would you say a student here from Budhanilkantha school is better prepared maybe for a cultural shock outside, let's say in the US?
Absolutely. For example, I went to this school. As I told you earlier on, I came from a village, and when I came to this school, I felt a cultural shock. But when I finished the school and went to the UK for my higher studies, I did not feel any cultural shock at all. I was almost like at home because I was prepared to accept the differences.
So how do you see the system of this school with this complete equality changing also the system here in Nepal, the society?
Well, things are improving in the society as well. This feeling of differences is subsiding, it's decreasing. Probably it's the effect of the education, I believe.
Absolutely, what are you saying? I mean, this system is so great that every school could apply it. Why do you think that not everyone has done it yet?
First of all, the resources. They have to be together, they have to live together. What the founder of this school, somebody who visioned this model, the late King Mahendra, his vision was that if you want to bring changes, if you want to remove these discriminations, you will have to bring children together and make them grow up together rather than trying to change them later on when they grow up. Thank you, Lucas, for the opportunity. It was a pleasure talking to you. Now, after the class, I still have a few questions to ask these two gentlemen, so keep watching the program.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? My name is Marcel, his name is Lucas. We were communication experts in Zurich, and we try to give our expertise to other people, politicians, or people from a Swiss bank, and other people, and also to students. That's what we do, like media training, presentation training, and also social media training. And in the next 10-15 minutes, we want to show you the most important thing about communication. You ready for that?
The good thing is that to talk is the same in Nepal and in Switzerland. And we want to show you a little bit how talking works, or why it sometimes doesn't work. So I need, let's make 5 people to volunteer. Who would come to me here to the front? You can be courageous. I need 5 people.
5 volunteers.
Okay, now you can touch his shoulder and then show him. Okay, please show to everyone what you have seen now in the end. I have to say it is very good. We have had so many other classes or people that we have done this exercise, and what she showed was completely different than what I have showed. Can you please show what I have showed you to her again, that she sees also? Riding a motorbike, huh? Was that clear for you? So it's really almost the same. But what I try to show you is, we had things lost. So he got a little bit of what I showed. He did quite well. He had even the leg. So she had the leg in the end too. But often people then forget maybe the leg. They forget, or we had even people dancing in the end already because they didn't realize what the movement was anymore. And that's how communication works. I tell you something, you have certain experience. You know something maybe about it, maybe you don't know anything, and you tell to him the next thing, and you tell it in a different way, because maybe you misunderstand what I have said, what I have told you. And so when we go through here with a movement, you did that very good, so you were very carefully listening, very carefully watching and copying. So we had, in the end, you did great. Thank you, you can have a seat.
Thanks.
Good job.
I'd firstly like to thank Marshall and Lucas for such a wonderful session with us about the communication, a topic that we had never given concentration to. Communication had always been something that we were not totally aware about, as now we learn about its importance and how it links our life with many sectors. I believe that me and my friends would be looking forward for the sector of communication. And also we learned about how important our body language is while we talk, and many other things that if our communication is not exact, that we might have different type of misunderstanding which may create different type of situation and consequences. So also all of us learn that social media is very important, as people will look about our social media. So now I believe that me and my friends would be keeping our social media and maintaining it properly.
One of the most beautiful moments in Budhanilkantha school. All the way from Switzerland, Lucas, Marcus and the team came to us and taught us so many things about public speaking, about communication, about technology, about social medias, which was really very useful to me. Me individually, I learned so many things to not give up on our dreams. Yes, I learned that I should not give up on my dreams. I should not give up on my speaking. I should not give up on my public speaking, and what I love the most, I should be working for it. And this session was really very useful for me. It was really very inspired looking at those people standing in front of us, speaking so confidently, speaking so beautifully, which made me inspired a lot.
We are here at the wonderful Budhanilkantha school in Kathmandu with the principal, Mr. Keshar Khulal. My name is Marcel Yuan. I'm a communication expert. We will a little bit discuss about education, because I'm working also as you, education business in Zurich, Switzerland. You know, education is in Switzerland very important. In Nepal is it very important too for the whole society. Do you remember your first school day?
Of course I do. Well, I grew up in a small village in the eastern hills of Nepal, and most of the people were very poor, and it was a school for basically poor students. But then going to the school bare feet with minimum books that you had was a lot of fun because you didn't have many books to study. And I still remember teachers teaching us basic alphabets, and that was a lot of fun.
So for you and also for other people in Nepal, education is the only way to get out of poorness?
I think it is, because that gives you the power. It shows you the way how you can make a living for yourself as well as do something for your community. So without education, I think it's almost impossible unless you want to go abroad and work as a laborer.
What was for yourself, the most important moment in your education career?
I would say during my school days, the most important moment was me getting the opportunity to come to Kathmandu to study at this very school without having to pay anything. That really transformed my life. I never thought that I would ever get this opportunity. I hadn't even dreamed of it. Suddenly there comes this opportunity where they say you got to go to Kathmandu and you'll be getting a free education. And I was asking myself, where is Kathmandu? Never heard of that before.
I can imagine that you grew up in a small village.
Yes.
And then you go to Kathmandu, to the school here. How was your start? Because I can imagine that are different worlds.
It was a very, very different world. It was a bigger cultural shock than going to a foreign country, because that was the first time I've ever come out of my village. And
how was that feeling?
Well, I just didn't know where I was, right? And I had no idea what I was supposed to do. And on top of that, I was alone. My parents were not there, and I had to live with new friends, new people, and the accent of some of the teachers was so different that I couldn't even understand what they were saying.
So you had to learn a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a very different experience.
What would you say to other students here in this school? What are the most important things to do during the education?
Well, all they do is learn. And here they don't have to do anything at all but to learn. But then the question is, what do they learn? Learning the regular stuff that is taught in class, but on top of that, learning to live in a community, learning to make friends who come from different parts of the country, coming from different ethnic groups, different background, and being together, living together, planning things, working as a group. And then as they grow up a little, learning to manage, organize programs within the school. And then further on, they move on to organizing big programs for the community. So learning to play, learning to learn, basically that's it.
You are the principal here at this wonderful school. The people, the students can learn also a lot of you. And can you also learn something from the students?
Of course. A teacher has something to learn every day and from every individual. There's so much to learn. And as I said, the beauty of this school is we've got students coming from such a diverse background that there is always something to learn. And the other beauty of being a teacher, especially in a residential school like this, is you never feel that you've grown old. Because every day you're seeing the same type of children. As they grow a little old, they go out and the new ones come in. So there's always something to learn every day.
So you're still young because of the students?
Of course. I always feel very young. I never realized that I've grown old.
I can imagine that you have a lot of good experience with the students. What kind of experience do you remember the last days?
Well, the most memorable moments will be when people come back to you and tell you, you made a difference in my life. It could be a little counseling session that I might have organized for them. It might have been even a harsh decision that I made. For example, I remember being really nasty on one boy. I really scolded him very badly. But almost 10 years later, he comes to me and says that I changed after that. And now I am a successful engineer and I'm going to America for a very big job.
Because of you and this school.
That particular incident. So, and there are so many others, because this being a fully residential school, we are like the parents. It's like a family. And students come to us for all kinds of suggestions, problems, and it's a different experience altogether. Very memorable.
You said the school is like a family, so you are the father.
Of course.
Sometimes the children make some problems. What kind of problems?
Well, usual. Nothing different from what the children all over the world do. And the mischiefs that they come up with, they're very common here as well. So you'll have to deal with all of them, and balancing that is very important, because you, on one hand, you are their parent, and you're responsible for their emotional growth as well, their personal growth, shaping their character. But at the same time, you are also the person to enforce the law and order, making sure that everything is working well. So balancing that is difficult. But then it's natural for children to have little mischiefs.
And what is your wish for your students for the future?
I wish they would all, let's say majority of them, will become the top leaders of this country and do something to change this society.
And what is your wish for yourself for the future?
My wish, I just want to be remembered as a teacher who made a difference in the lives of so many, who made a difference in the lives of so many out there.
You know, education is so important for a country to make the big difference, to make a better world in the whole country. So I'm really, really deeply impressed what you're doing. Thank you very much, Mr. Keshar Khulal. It was a great honor to be here, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Marshall, and it was such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. It was an amazing day for myself. I'm deeply impressed what I've seen, and I'm very, very inspired of the people here at this school. It's amazing.
There are so many impressions that we take back home to Switzerland, so many lasting memories also, and it's great to see that there are so many new projects also in this place coming up that will hopefully have an impact on this place, but also on whole Nepal. And we hope that we can not only take home memories, but that we could also give certain things here in this school, but also for you back home. We are happy that you have watched, and we are very thankful that we could spend this day here.
Definitely. So goodbye and
Namaste.